can provide this service.
This is the Granada Theater, built the year I was born. You guess when that was. How long has it been closed? 18, 20 years? It's so easy to look at someplace like this and see the past, to reminisce about the days when we came here to the movies, when the Granada was a central part of our lives. There are other people, though, who, when they look at this place, see something different. They see a potential to create a new reality. They see a new generation being entertained, informed, and inspired. In a short time, the Granada will become a theater for the performing arts, a symbol of change. At times, change comes too soon, and it hurts. Sometimes it seems like it will never happen. But Kansas City is changing. People working together with a common goal affect change. Our spirit is changing.
It was a magnificent town. Kansas City, Kansas was a great, cohesive city with an awful lot of spirit. Towns have been revived, and this one, I think, is on the threshold of a revival if we have what it takes to import down these people.
I think we have the grandest people in the world, and people make up the city. We have fine leaders, we have fine ministers, we have fine educators, some of the finest schools in the world. So I think the only way any man, any woman, or any culture can progress is working together.
Well, this was always my home, and I felt very keen about the people here. We got some of the greatest people on the face of the earth here in Kansas City, Kansas.
What I see in the neighborhoods today is like bringing back the spirit that had left the community. Hope. I see a lot of hope.
It's just people interested in their neighborhood, in their area, and not relying on city government or somebody else to do a job of doing it themselves.
The thing that really impresses me as much as anything about the city is the hardworking people, the people that are willing to get involved. And this, my friend, is Kansas City, Kansas.
Whatever the social problems are, I do feel that the tasks are correctable by the goodwill of people working together. If the task can be brought down to the level of the individual contribution, both of time and talent and treasure, that there are no social problems that are insurmountable. This operation, for example, in using some 3,000 volunteers to make lunch available to 14,000 people a month, is an example of what can happen when people put their shoulder to the wheel.
Psychologically, I think the thing that excites me most is the change in the form of government.
The realigning of city government and having people elected from districts has also built on the neighborhood strength of this town.
I think probably the biggest threat, is not the growth of blight in an inner city neighborhood, but the growth of the sense of helplessness. And that's where the power of the neighborhood association lies. They prevent that sense of helplessness.
And change is inviting new people and new ideas into an older neighborhood.
Of course, if you have new blood mixed with the old blood, we have a great revitalization in the neighborhoods.
You know, it hasn't always been easy here. We've had our ups and downs. A few years ago, downtown was dead, the BPU was broke, and business was failing out. But when things were at their worst, the people took charge and made their own changes, both in the political system and in attracting economic development. And now we're breaking all the records. Downtown redevelopment, attracting utilities, $1 billion in new plant investment, and thousands of jobs for the children in the next century. Things are on the move in Kansas City, Kansas, where the underdog is catching up. The citizens are determined to seize control over their destiny, and change is the watchword of the day. There's a feeling of confidence that we can bring prosperity to this town. And I think together we can.
I think Kansas City, Kansas is on the rise. You can see it in Minnesota Avenue. You can see it in the neighborhoods. When you see people out painting, cutting grass, and keeping up their own little private property, you can say there's a lot of spirit about Kansas City, Kansas.
The concept of neighborhoods, the people in the neighborhoods, the certain pride that flourishes deep down inside in the neighborhoods, and the educational value of what the Northeast has to yield to the city.
This neighborhood, I think it's up and coming. There's an awful lot of improvement going through Prescott neighborhood. I think there's been a reversal of the downtrend there.
I've been working on Minnesota Avenue for the last approximately 50 years. I've seen a lot of changes. It goes up and then it goes down. Now it's on the upswing, and I'm sure that we're on the go.
For the last 30 or 40 years, people have been feeling less and less good about their neighborhoods, and in the last 5 or 10 years, I think we're seeing that change, or else you wouldn't have Turner on the rise, and you wouldn't have Armourdale able to say, we survived the flood. We know that we are Argentine, and that's not going to be changed.
And the growth of the Hispanic community is probably one of the most important dimensions of Armourdale's history. Now the proportion of Hispanics in the population is much greater, their presence in leadership roles is greater, and we all live as neighbors throughout the community.
We learn that things could be done if you come together and you learn how they could be done. So now we work with city and state, and we are able to accomplish just about anything we have need to.
Western Wyandotte County is forming a new business coalition to promote the businesses out in Western Wyandotte County.
I see in Kansas City, Kansas Community College what I felt about Clam Park. I see people of all ages there walking from the time the place opens in the morning until the gates are locked at night. It will again be a community center for Kansas City, Kansas.
You have people who don't want ethnic diversity, but for those who want their children to grow up in an area that is more representative of real life, Kansas City, Kansas, in particular, Wyandotte County in general, was made for them.
And you can be Kansas City, Kansas, and be one town and be proud of it, but it's not strong unless people are from somewhere. And in this town, people are from somewhere, and they know what neighborhood they're from. Each of the neighborhoods are the character of this community. I think it's our strength.
This is some city. The neighborhoods with their rich traditions, the institutions that we have created, most of all the people out there affecting change, trying to turn this 100-year experiment into 200 years of accomplishment. This city is a melting pot of ideas and dreams. The slogan for this centennial year is, "Together we can." An incomplete phrase on purpose. It's not that together we can't put up a bridge or build a building. It's a feeling that together we can do and accomplish anything. Together we will. Want to see some proof? Watch this.